let's talk about now your deal. Okay, what is your deal going to be? When you start thinking about the deal, just very similar to the way we talked about partnerships, when you're thinking about your deal, look, there's only so many ways to think about your deal. The people today that are coming out of schools that are looking at deals, unlike generations ago where your parents only looked for income. Today, people are asking themselves, well, do I want vitamin E, equity, or do I want money? This changes everything for you, okay? Because you start saying, okay, do I want money? Yeah, I need money because everybody's, oh, money, you gotta have money, you gotta have money, you gotta have money. But the reality is, you really, money is going down in value. Typically, money is going down in value. People talk about equity at least has a chance to go up in value. Cash has gone down 90% in the last 50 years. In value, it's going down. People are collecting that when they could be looking for equity. Equity means a piece of something. It means a piece of something that's already valuable, hopefully valuable and getting more value. And you would get the spread on the value today. The stock is worth $10 today and it goes to $100. This is how people get rich. Money is worth $10 today and it's going to be worth $1 in the future. But most people are spending all their time chasing a dollar that is going down in value. I know I did. So when I talk about working the deal, I want to change the way you think about creating wealth. Remember, this is $0 to $1 million, building your business plan. It didn't say build your 10X business. It said build your 10X business plan, which should include, in the previous chapter, we talked about a partner. It is easier to do this with someone else than it is to do it by yourself. Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors that has ever lived on this planet, has never started his own company. Okay? In fact, today he still does not pay himself a salary. He doesn't want money because money is taxed. For the time you trade, money is taxed, then it goes down in value. In addition to that, look how you're penalized. You're taxed. Most of these big CEOs today, they're like, I don't want any money for my time, because you just tax it and it goes down in value. What I do want, though, is equity in the company. So don't give me any money. Give me $1 a year and I'll run the company. Give me stock in the company that I have the potential to drive the value of the company up. Okay, so how do you look at money? Money is cash for time. I trade time and I get cash, okay? This is what Americans do. This is why people don't get ahead. This course is about how to go from $0 to $1 million and then hopefully not blow it, okay? You take time, this is what people do, and they trade it for money. They then spend their time to bring it to the bank, just so you understand how money actually works. And you save the money because your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your aunt, your grandparents, somebody told you, some dumb book you read said, cash is king, save your money, and you need 3 months. You need at least 3 months, complete arbitrary, it's made up, okay? You didn't need any money during COVID because the government printed money during this massive emergency. 40 million people were laid off and nobody needed their cash reserves because the government said, here, we'll pay you anyway, okay? Time, money, you trade time for money, you trade 40 hours a week, you get some money, you bring it to the bank, you spend 40 minutes driving to the bank or you deposit it, and the bank calls investors like me. They don't call you. Thank you very much for leaving off your check, Johnny boy. You're a very good man. Thank you for doing business with the relationship bank, Wells Fargo and Bank of America. We love you, Johnny. As soon as Johnny walks out the banker looks at the other banker. What an idiot that guy is. And then as soon as they say what an idiot Johnny is, the bank calls me, a different division of the bank, Mr. Cardone. Mr. Cardone, do you have a moment? Johnny, the camera guy over at Cardone Enterprises, dropped off his check. We'd like to know, we're surprised he's so stupid, does it every week. We'd like to know, Mr. Cardone, because you're an investor, would you like Johnny's money? And they give me the same money Johnny dropped off, they give me. They said, Mr. Cardone, we'd like to loan you that money for like 3 or 4%. And then I take the money and I go buy a big ass building with it, okay, with a bunch of doors. And Johnny wonders why he spends the next 30 years and never gets ahead, and the rich get richer. Because this is the game. You trade cash, time for cash. Okay, some of you have accelerated your game. You're like, okay, I want my cash, plus I want a little performance. If I do really good, you give me a little Bonarola. Okay, give me a little tippy whippy. Okay, tip. Give me a little extra because I did a performance for you, okay? Some of you say, I don't need the cash and I don't need the bonus. I want a performance only, which I love that, by the way, okay? I'm a performance only guy. I'm like, dude, if I don't get the results, don't pay me. Many of you are terrified to work on performance only, okay? You're like, Grant, I want to get you some followers on Instagram. Okay, good. Well, what can you do for me? I can get you 1 million followers on Instagram, and none of them actually interact, none of them convert, none of them do anything for me, but you want to charge me for a bunch of bad. You're going to do that one time and never get away. But what if you gave me 10,000 followers on Instagram that actually wanted to engage my programs and buy from me and converted, and you got a performance of the upside of the people that converted? Say, Grant, I'm not going to get you followers, I'm going to get you buyers. And I'm only going to be paid, Grant, this is performance only, I'm only going to be paid, Grant, on those people that actually do business with you, okay? You could also use number 1, 2, 3. Number 4, you could do, I want only equity in the company. Not all companies can give equity, but most of you are not even asking for equity in the company when you're signing on for them. Or you could do all 4. Cash for time, cash for performance, performance plus, hitting another level. This is how the MBA works. You could do all 4. And then you have to figure out, how do I negotiate my deal so that I become this guy, not just this guy, okay? So what are your choices right here? Cash for time. Everybody knows how to do this. Annie gets a job. Annie comes to work for me. She says, I need $60,000 to work here. I remember I was hiring somebody to take care of our household in California, and I said, how much money do you want? You know, she's like, I want $20 an hour. I said, okay, but how much do you want a month? How about I just pay you? I don't want you working anywhere else. I don't want to pay you by the hour. How about I pay you $4,000 a month? I need $20 an hour. I'm like, how about I pay you $4,000 a month? Okay, let me just. How about I pay you $5,000 a month? How about I pay you $6,000 a month? Okay, how about I, give you a certain amount of money a month plus some performance for doing some other stuff, and you can make another $4,000 a month making phone calls for me to convert some of our customers. Oh, I don't want to do that. I got a 10-year-old that does that and makes money. Why don't you want to do that? I want $20 an hour. She was so hung up on cash for time, she never thought about performance possibilities, okay? So you could do cash for time. That's one thing. Everybody knows how to do this, okay? This is the problem with the government, by the way. They want to make sure everybody gets paid $15 an hour. $15 an hour, you're still in poverty. You will always be in poverty. You will never get ahead until you figure out these other cash plus performance. Hey, give me a bone. Give me a bone if you need one because you're so insecure with your abilities. Give me a bone plus maybe 10%, a bonus, 20%, whatever, right? 3, this is how we pay people at this company, cash plus performance. And by the way, we're never gonna increase the amount of money you're paid. You wanna make more money? Do you really wanna make more money? Then do it on a performance basis. These are the people I love right here. The last 2, performance only. Hey, don't pay me anything if I don't deliver. This is what I said to Matt Smith. Matt, I don't want any money. I'm going to run a 2-day program. For those of you out there like, I ain't working for nothing. You're already working for nothing. Quit telling people what you're already doing, okay? All you guys are like, I ain't working for nothing. You're already working for nothing. You're working for a piece of garbage fiat paper that goes down in value. Okay, you're already in the wrong game. If you don't want to work for nothing, you need to work for an equity. That means you need to find somebody that you believe in. Or you need to convert your paper to equity products. That's why we created Cardone Capital. So Johnny can work here, create some money, take the money that's garbage, convert it to something that goes up in value, and one day Johnny can be wealthy. And from any position in the company, by the way, you should be able to create wealth for yourself. All right? So performance only. This would be people that come to work with me and say, I got a partner right now, Pete Vargas. Pete has never taken a dollar from me. Pete's like, I do X, Y, and Z. It creates X, Y, Z, 10X, and I get a piece of the 10X, Y, Z. You understand? The new company. Brandon Dawson came to work for me. Never asked me for a penny, not one penny, not upfront money, not seed capital, nothing. Grant, we're going to create a new company. I'll split it with you 50-50. I'll run everything, do everything. That's performance only production. The fourth thing you could do is equity in the company, meaning you would go to work for a company that has stock or shares, and you would get a piece, some share of the company's upside. You would also participate in the downside. At my company here, Cardone, at Grant Cardone Enterprises, at Cardone Training Technologies, the executives are paid pieces, little tiny pieces of the upside of the company on a quarterly basis when it performs at certain levels. Okay, so you could do those four separately. You could do combinations of those four, but I just added this so that you could think over the next 90 days, hey, could you work some of these different angles out? You're like, 90 days? I can't work a performance contract equity in a company in 90 days. I did it. In 10 days, Pueblo, Colorado, I met a guy named Matt Smith and said, Matt, I'm going to do a 2-day event for you. You front the $7,000 to do the advertising. Don't pay me anything. This is exactly how I told him. You pay me nothing. Remember what I said earlier. You make a contact, you make an impression, and you make a proposal. You pay the $7,000. You just tell the lady, you'll pay the bill. I'll go do all the promotion. I'll create all the promotion. I'll do all the work. What do you want for that? I don't want anything. Okay, 0 stands for opportunity. Opportunities will always pay you more than what the money you could ask for. You will always make more from an opportunity than you will make from what you negotiate. Trust me. I said, I don't want you to pay me anything. Okay, my goal is to sell you $20,000 worth of mattresses over the weekend, because he told me that would be a big weekend. He said a big weekend's $4,000 or $5,000. I said, I'm going to do $20,000. You're going to spend $7,000. That's a 3x return. I'm going to drive the business. I'm going to do the promotion, and I'm going to make the sales. You don't have to do anything. You just stay home. I don't need anything from you at all, and I don't need your money. Okay? Why was that important? Because number one, he funded the project. You guys are all thinking about yourself. I got to have the money for myself. I got to have the money for myself. You will never get $7,000 for yourself. I could never have convinced him to give me $7,000, but I convinced him to sign the credit card for the promotion that his company got. See, the money went to somebody else, not to me. I said, you keep, don't pay me anything. We can worry about that later. 3, I'm going to produce $20,000 worth of sales. I produced $91,000 worth of sale in that weekend, okay? And then I sat down with him on Monday and said, let's negotiate a deal. Now I'm in a position, my friend. Now I'm in a position because I have performed, and I have altitude, and I have trust. I've been in Pueblo, Colorado, 10 days. When I sat down with Matt, I said, Matt, let's do this. Give me $10,000 per month, $10,000 per month as a retainer on future production. I want 15% of anything and everything above what your company is already producing. I want nothing on what it's already doing. I know what you've been doing. We had his records. I just want 15% of everything above what you're already producing. The $10,000 is an advance, not payment to me. I want performance only with this as an advance. I took the things that I just shared you, cash for time, cash plus performance, performance only, and equity in the company. I did a combination with him. He wrote me a check for $10,000 every month for 3 months, and he ended up being my first customer at a new company called Wake Up Pueblo that we yet didn't know the name for. Okay? Why? Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this to tell you, you guys are figuring out everything except how to get the bag. I'm getting the bag. You got to know if you're trying to get the bag, just like you go get groceries from the store. I need almond milk. You go to the store, you know where the almond milk is, you pick it up. Same thing with money, okay? Right now, you're killing yourself because they're not teaching you at school what you could be working a deal for. You could be working cash for time. Everybody's doing that. It's a loser's game. You could do cash plus performance, improves your situation, or you could do number 3, performance only, or number 4, equity in the company. That's how Paul Allen got rich. He got equity in Microsoft, okay? All right. Woo, man, this is crazy, huh? Hope you're digging this. Don't forget, if you go from zero, if you take the challenge, the 90-day challenge, this is the Undercover Billionaire Challenge. This is the Grant Cardone Undercover Billionaire Challenge, okay? And you go from zero in the real world to $1 million. You don't need to come up with a new name, by the way, and you don't need a TV camera crew jacking with you the whole time. You go from zero to $1 million and document it. We already have people doing this right now. If you hit the number, I'm gonna put you on my stage in front of 55,000 people at the 10X Growth Conference. Are you up for the challenge? If you're up for this, okay, post $1 million challenge. We got to document it. You're going to be audited. If you make it, I'm going to put you on my stage. Okay, putting you on my stage, dude, that's freaking home run. Okay, if you think you're up for it, DM me on Instagram, hit me on Twitter. Hashtag $1 Million Challenge, Grant Cardone, I'm up for it. And what I need is a video every day telling me what's going on, what's happening. I'm giving you the tools, I'm giving you the strategies, I'm giving you the path, and I'm showing you how to work the deal. You don't need to go it alone. Are you gonna go for equity or money? Which one are you gonna go for? Just find the right driver, work your deal out, okay? $1 Million Challenge, hit me.